Asserting the process of uprooting the fear of terrorism is going on a rapid pace in Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has said the Union Territory has a development deficit of 73 years and there would be challenges to fill the gaps, but his administration is full prepared to deal with it. He also said the aspirations and dreams of people of Jammu and Kashmir were suppressed by a few people under the thoughtful strategy. The LG made a remark during the release of a book titled Tipne Kashmirchi Untold Stories, authored by Arun Karmarkar in Mumbai. Anganwadi workers and helpers staged a protest demonstration on Monday demanding release of their pending salaries. They said wages of Anganwadi workers and helpers have not been paid for last 7 months from July 2020 to Jan 2021 and even 3 months salary from January to March of the year 2019 has not been paid to them. They also demanded retirement benefits like gratuity, leave, salary, etc. for these workers and helpers. The government should declare them as government employees.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से मांग कर रही हैं कि हमें जल्द से जल्द पक्का किया जाए। इसके साथ साथ जब तक ये पक्का नहीं करते तब तक हमें 18,000 रुपया आंगनबाड़ी वर्कर को और हमारी आंगनबाड़ी हेल्पर को 9,000 रुपया दें।
Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh on Monday announced the government's historic decision to completely deregulate geospatial spacemaking in India and thus unshackle the geospatial sector in the country for the first time in over 7 decades. Addressing a press conference at the National Media Centre along with Science and Technology Minister Dr. Harshvardhan, Dr. Jitendra Singh, who is also in charge space, said the decision is an extension of a series of visionary reforms undertaken in space sector on the intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Jammu and Kashmir Congress on Monday staged a sit-in protest in Jammu against the BJP-led centre over the incessant hike in the prices of petrol, diesel and cooking gas. Carrying placards denouncing the unprecedented and unjustified hike, the participants chanted slogans against the BJP government and demanded immediate rollback of the prices. The Congress leaders also targeted the government for steep hike in the prices of LPG cylinders and accused it of looting poor people by raising the fuel prices. Wards of policemen who died discharging their duties held a protest demonstration in Jammu against the government on Monday for not granting them employment on the compassionate grounds under the Statutory Regulatory Order 43. The Statutory Regulatory Order 43 grants the compassionate employees to a kin of militancy victims in Jammu and Kashmir. After remaining shut for almost the entire academic session last year, degree colleges in Kashmir reopened on Monday amidst the partial attendance of students and strict COVID-19 SOPs put in place by the government. The institution operation for barely 2 weeks in the 2020 academic session before the COVID-19 pandemic enforced a countrywide lockdown in March, bringing life to the standstill. With the pandemic relatively calming down, the department of January 28th announced to open the institution in the respective divisions without any further delay, albeit with strict adherence to COVID-19 SOPs, especially social distancing and wearing the mask. Senior National Conference leaders Surjit Singh Slathia and Devendra Singh Rana have vowed to quit politics rather than tolerating and allowing any compromise in the interest of Jammu region. Rana lamented over brazen discrimination with the Jammu, especially in the respect of development and jobs, saying people will not forget those who betrayed with the legitimate interest of the region. He drew comparison between the governments of past 6 years with the different spell of National Conference rule and said the tempo of development came to a grinding halt in the recent past.
किनिया नौकरियां देनिया जितने जाओ डेली वेजर स्ट्राइक ऊपर बैठे थे होम गार्ड स्ट्राइक ऊपर बैठे थे एनवाईसी स्ट्राइक ऊपर बैठे थे पानी वाले स्ट्राइक ऊपर बैठे थे
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday presented the Best Marching Contingent Award of the Republic Day Parade of 2021. Best Marching Contingent amongst the 3 services have presented to Jat Regimental Centre, while the Best Marching Contingent amongst the CAPF and other auxiliary forces was won by Delhi Police. India's total COVID-19 active caseload currently stands at 1.39 lakh on Monday and accounts for 1.28% of country's total infections, according to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. 33 states and UTs have reported less than 5,000 active cases in the last 24 hours. India's cumulative recovery stands at 1.6 crores today. The recovery rate is 97.29%. In a step that would establish its superiority in the air combat over China and Pakistan, India would start testing the Astra Mark II beyond visual range air-to-air missiles, which would be capable of taking down enemy aircraft from the range of 160 kilometers. The extended range Astra Mark II would give India an edge over its adversaries and add more lethality to its fighter jets in the aerial combat, like the one which happened a day after the Balkot airstrike on February 26, 2019. The Indian Army has organized a career counseling camp in the remote belt of Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district. The camp was organized at the Samot village to educate the local youth on the emergency medical technical courses planned to be conducted under the project Himayat in Jammu later this month. The Army has also been at the forefront of guiding the youth and empowering them to grab more employment opportunities and channelizing their energy positively.